you? Hey, Instagram, how's it going? Thank you so much for joining us for a Let's Talk Tuesday. I think our lighting is a little off on Instagram here, so let me see if I try something. Sorry, Instagram. I'm going to fix this for you real quick, and then it's going to be better, and you guys are going to love it. All right, so thanks, Facebook. Give me a moment here. I just need to fix something here on my Instagram so that we can have a little bit of better lighting for our friends here. All right, perfect. So, all right. Hey, Rodney. Hey, Rodney, how are you? Okay, we're joining. I'm going to reach over again here, Facebook. Thank you for joining us for our Let's Talk Tuesdays. We're going to give a little bit more time for some people to sign in where you are. I'm so excited about today's discussion because it actually is a continuation of what we were discussing before. So I want you to come on in, send a link to a friend, let them know we are learning here today about some life-saving skills. It's going to be so good and so exciting. Hi, Elisee Johnson. Thank you for joining us. Good to see you. Go ahead and wave. Go ahead and wave when you come in terms of housekeeping. Of course, when I'm speaking here, it's because I'm speaking to my Facebook folks, not to be ignoring when I'm speaking here, when I'm speaking to Instagram folks. Hey, Riff Love, good to see you. Glad you could join us. All right, so we're going to get right into our discussion today. But of course, I want to tell you who I am. So I am Dr. Sabine Elisee. I am a board-certified family medicine physician. I am the CEO and co-founder of Cornerstone Medical Group, where we just bring wholeness to your health. That's one of our biggest things. As a physician, as a pastor's kid, as a wife and mom, I've come to realize to be healthy and well, you need more than just the physical. So I help men and women reconnect their physical, spiritual, and cognitive health so that they can bring satisfying wholeness to their lives daily. And today, to all my Tuesday Transformers, that's you, we're going to talk about some life-saving skills that's so important. And this discussion comes as a part 2 to our discussion of last week. And if you didn't get a chance to see that CPR video, or just truly why October 1st is so significant to me, go ahead and look through my Facebook page and you'll see that in there in regards to how CPR saved my dad's life. And it's so important that we learn that. So we wanted to share with you some of the CPR skills and truly just all of the life-saving skills, or truly today, 2 of the main life-saving skills that I want you to know about. We had a pretty good response with a number of individuals who just wanted to learn more about life-saving skills, who wanted to learn more about CPR. There's a total of 10 life-saving skills they feel that everyone should know, so that when you are in a situation that you don't expect, then you'll know what to do. So I wanted to give you some of that information today. So remember, when we talk, it is interactive. So I want you to go ahead and type some things in the chat as we go along. Thank you again for coming in at a different time than usual. We're here today at 12:30 instead of our regular 8:30, but next week we should be back at 8:30. Thank you for changing that. So let's get right into our discussion. This is CPR Part 2. I am Dr. Elisee. So good to see you all. So let's get into it because I'm ready to teach it. So there are a total of 10 life-saving skills that they recommend everyone should know. And I think that as well too, not just because I'm a physician, but because I'm a human being who has loved ones, who has friends, who has family. And if they are in a situation where I could help them, I want to be able to help them. And I know that that's what you want to do as well too. So of those 10, there's 2 that we are going to focus on. One of them, CPR. Go ahead and put CPR in the comment line there. Go ahead and put CPR in the comment line. When you, if you get a chance, go ahead and hit CPR. I did it in Facebook. You can go ahead and do it in Instagram for me because I just can't reach there. So that's one of the things that we're going to talk about. And the second thing also, or the other thing that we're going to talk about, is the Heimlich maneuver. Heimlich maneuver. And this is important for someone who is choking. So these are the top 2 things that are the life-saving skills that everyone should know, so that if you're in a bind, you'll know what to do. I want you to keep in mind that everything that we're going to speak about today is all theoretical and it's all knowledge-based, right? So I'm going to tell you about how fast you should go in terms of doing the CPR. I'm going to explain to you the best that I can of the different positions that you should be in when you're doing the Heimlich maneuver, whether it's going to be on a child, an infant, or an adult. But all of this, truly, when it comes to life-saving skills, it's hands-on. You need the hands-on. And later on in the chat, we'll be able to find some places for you to tune into or check out so that you could get that hands-on experience, all right? So let's first go into choking. So we know what choking is. We talk about a universal sign of choking. Now, if you had an older brother like me who likes to play jokes, growing up, he would sometimes act like he was choking, but not really choking. But one of the universal signs of choking is that the person cannot get any breath out at all. So they're not going to be able to say, I'm choking, help me. You won't hear that when someone's choking. But what they will do is this universal sign of this, and you'll see the eyes open up very wide. This is what happens in an adult. In a child, of course, it may present very differently. You'll notice as they're eating, that's why it's very important if you have young children, there are certain things that your pediatrician has told you to keep away from your young children. Anything that, I know my pediatrician, what she tells us when our boys were first born, anything that could go between the hole of the toilet roll, that's probably too small for your child to be having in their hands unsupervised. So keep that in mind. So when you are choking, you do the Heimlich maneuver. You come behind the person, you station your hands right at the mid of their abdomen, and you pull up, Again, me saying this to you is much different for hands-on. So I want you from this video to go into your community, find out some of the resources where you could get that hands-on experience for the Heimlich maneuver. When you have a young child that you could actually hold in your hand, I should have had a doll with me, you could flip that child over where they're face down, and you begin to give strong pats or thrusts to the back. Again, me saying this is much different from the hands-on experience. So I really want you to have that hands-on experience when we are talking about the Heimlich maneuver. And when someone is choking, it's a matter of minutes. It's a matter of minutes when someone is choking. So you really want to be able to get there, whatever is caught in their airway, you want to get it out, and you'll dislodge it by doing that Heimlich maneuver, by forcing it up. So that was one of our number one things that we want to know in terms of the life-saving skills, choking, and what to do. And when you take your courses, when you take your life-saving skill courses, they will be sure to distinguish at what ages we do that traditional Heimlich where we get around the person. You've seen it on the shows before if you watch TV, where you get behind the person and you kind of get to their abdomen and pull up. And they'll also let you know when it's enough to just give the strong pats to the back. Those are really clear distinctions of when to do the Heimlich, how to do it, and what to do when someone's choking based on their age. So we have our choking covered. The second thing that is very important, and what we're going to talk a little bit more about, because this is what we particularly got more questions about, was the CPR. So when we think about CPR, remember we want to talk about what that actually stands for. CPR stands for cardio, right? Pulmonary, the lungs, cardio, the heart, pulmonary, the lungs, resuscitation. You're trying to resuscitate the cardio and the pulmonary, the heart and the lungs, so that they can keep doing what it is they're doing to keep this person alive. And there is an abbreviation that I want everyone to go ahead and put in the comment line. CAB, C-A-B, CAB, C-A-B. Put CAB inside the comment line. Now, there is some of the, it says CAB-D, but what I want you to focus on is the CAB, because that D stands for the defibrillator. And a lot of times you may not have the defibrillator, but I want you to work with what you have. And what do you have? You have your hands for compression. If you are giving breaths, if it's a loved one, you know this person, right? Universal precautions, you're actually giving breaths to this person, then you're giving airway as well too. You're getting some air. So CAB is important. CAB stands for what? C. The C stands for circulation. And if you remember last week, I mentioned to you with my dad, all he had was the circulation. And I also like to think about the C as compressions. So the compressions that we're doing is what's allowing the blood to circulate. It's allowing the blood to circulate. And a little known fact, or I guess it's not a little known fact, but just a fun fact. This order changed a few years ago, before they felt that the way to do CPR is like the ABCs, but they found with so many people, they were doing well with just the compressions, just that circulation alone. Like my dad, it saved his life. The compressions alone was enough. So C is for our compression. C for compression, we're talking about CAP. Good job. I see compressions in the comment line. I see circulation in the comment line. I appreciate you guys. And then 2 is the A, C-A-B. A stands for what? Airways. Airway. A stands for airway. We check the airway. So this is why CPR is a lot of times related to choking. And this is part of the reason why I spoke about both of them together, because someone could have something just locked in the airway. So when someone passes out, when they collapse, when I was in the situation where I was at the gym and I saw a man collapse, one of the first things I did was just look in his airway, see if there's anything that you could see visibly in the throat, right? We're not gonna go in there and stick our hands and start digging around in there. But if we see something in the throat area that we could sweep out, that could be the reason why they collapse, because they're not getting air in. So we check the airway. So we pay attention to the circulation, we pay attention to the airway, or we check the circulation, should I say. You check the circulation by checking to see if there's a pulse. You pay attention to the airway, and then that B stands for breathing. So circulation, airway, breathing. Circulation, airway, breathing. B stands for breathing. Go ahead and write breathing. I'll put it here inside Facebook. You go ahead and put it there in Instagram. The reason why I like this acronym, because this acronym tells you what to check for, and it also gives you an indication of what to do. So the CAB, what are we checking for? We're checking circulation. Do they have a pulse? Is their heart beating? You may not be able to check a pulse, but you could have an idea if this person's heart beating or not, right? Sometimes just putting your hands there. That's the circulation. B, A, right? A, C-A-B. A, we're checking the airway. B, we're doing the breathing. Now, the reason why, again, I like this, because this way of approaching it is also the way of actually delivering it. The first thing you start with is the compressions, the compressions. The compressions are important. So how deep do you go? That was the question that we had. If it's an adult or someone that is over the age of 1 year old, you're going about 2 inches down. You're going about 2 inches down. If it's an adult, you go 2 inches down. So that's from the age of 1 year old. It's considered, to puberty is considered a child, but it's the same. So you go 2 inches down. If it's an infant, you're going 1.5 inches in depth. So that's how far you're pressing down. Once again, this all sounds theoretical. This all sounds very idea in terms of head knowledge. But what I want you to do is get this and now get your hands-on experience in your classes as well too. So you go that far deep down when you're doing the compressions. The next question usually is, how fast do you go? How fast do you go? And you want to go at 100 compressions when you're pressing down, 100 compressions per minute. 100 to 100 compressions per minute. And what that pretty much relates to is about 30 compressions, 30 compressions to every 15 to 18 seconds. That's what it compares to. So that sounds too complicated, right? So this is how I remember it. Remember, our heart is like music. Our heart is like music. And those of you who were forced to play an instrument like me when I was younger, the accordion, this is where you get a better appreciation of having that musical ear. So when you're listening to the heart, it should be rhythmic. There should be a beat there. When we are delivering those compressions, we need to keep up with that beat. So when we're doing the compressions, we actually have to go a little bit faster so that we could get enough circulation to that person's body in an amount of time that can go all the way through their body. So when we are actually at the point of doing compressions for a person, we said that's about 30 compressions for every 15 to 18 seconds. This is the speed in which we go, right? We're picking up our dance beat. That's how fast you should be delivering those compressions to your loved one in order to get that circulation going. And as you do that, you're stopping and you're checking to see if they're gonna start breathing again. Now, again, I cannot underscore this enough. This is theoretical. the idea of me saying this to you and giving you this background knowledge is great, but you're not going to really know this until you get the hands-on experience. And the best way to get that hands-on experience is to enroll in a course, right? That's 30 compressions to 15 seconds. I saw someone write that there. Absolutely. So to get in a course, you could check. One of the best places to go is your local fire department. Your local fire department will have some information about that. If you are in the South Florida region, there is some courses that I know that actually come to you. So one of the things that we mentioned in our talk last week, I had some people just inbox me or DM me, I think that's what it's called. They DM me and they said, hey, I want to know more about this. This is with the holidays coming up. I want my family to do this. So I want to just let you know about a company that I went to in the past and that I've worked with in the past, that they actually come to you. They set that up for you. And I put the link there in Facebook. It's called Leo Life Saving Skills, Leo, L-E-O, Life Saving Skills, L-I-F-E-S-A-V-I-N-G, Skills, S-K-I-L-L-S. Leo Life Saving Skills, I thought that they were very good. They actually come to you to do these courses if you're interested in doing it. And one of the two main things that they focus on is just what we spoke about, the choking and the CPR. They focus on the different age groups, and that's what you want. I'm bringing this up because I don't want you to take a course that you're just going to be like wasting your time in, but I want it to be practical, and I want it to be something that you could benefit from and take home. So they break down from the adult, the infant, the child, and as such. So this is a very, very important, the life-saving skills that you can learn. The other day, someone said to me that, some people, they are able to do some things and some people are just not able to do some things. And I get that, right? But we are all able to learn, right? We know that. Everyone is able to learn. And if you're a little bit apprehensive about learning how to do the Heimlich maneuver, learning how to do CPR, I just really want to encourage you and challenge you to tell you that you can learn it. You can learn it. If you dance, you listen to music, you could learn it. That's one of the things that is so important. That's why I mentioned to you, it's that rhythmic beat that you want to get at when you're looking at those compressions. And you will be surprised how that will impact your life and it'll be life-changing for someone else. When I mentioned to you in last year, July 4th, actually, there was a man who collapsed in the gym, the local gym that I go to, and I just happened to be there. And I was there and I was able to resuscitate him. And when I finally met him, his wife said something to me that really I think about all the time. She said, Dr. Elisee, you didn't just save his life, you saved mine. You didn't just save his life, you saved mine. And the reality is that when you are doing this for someone and you don't even realize it, you're not just saving their life, you're saving the lives of their children, their spouse, their nieces, their nephews, just their parents. You just never know, but these are very simple life-changing, life-saving skills that is very important that we could get a part of. I'm so glad you guys had a chance to join in today. Hey, if you think this video is going to be beneficial to someone else, don't forget to go ahead and share it. And like always, I want to say a special shout out to my Tuesdays Transformers who always come on to learn more about their health here with Dr. Elisee. And I want to let you know, I'll see you next week at our same time, 8:30 p.m., same place right here on IG or FB. So glad that you joined. I do want to say hi to Edwidge, Esther, Jean-Claude who came in, Tanya Delinois. So glad you could join us. Andrea Dunn, doing great things. You guys go check out Andrea Dunn, please, with all the stuff that she's doing. Hi, Damien1, Rodney25. I'm going to reach over here. I see someone saying, yes, breathing, yes, circulation. See, Nixie, how you doing? Good seeing you. I see Cab all over Instagram. I don't know what's up, Facebook. Instagram's talking a lot more than you guys. I see Ruth1, JF, highly reimbursable. Hey, good. I'm so glad that you could join us. Dr. Jada, always good seeing you, Mogul Sis. Always good seeing you. Hi, Johnson. Good to see you. And I just want to wave and say hi. Thank you for coming on for our 12:30 time this week about life-saving skills. I hope you learned something. I will see you next week. I'm Dr. Sabine Elisee. I need to go see patients, but I'm so glad that you're able to join us tonight or this afternoon. I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.